managing COVID, you go on priority, and then people who are anti go the next rate down. So if the hospitals are then full, the people who are pro
Yeah, we're live.
go first, and then the antis go next, which I know sounds really grim, but
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
it's very grim. But think of it like this:
So what you're saying is, if you're saying fuck science, well then fuck science.
essentially, because if you can't just say, hey, I don't believe in science.
Yeah, and then get COVID and then be like, oh my god,
Help me. You know what I mean? Because you've denounced the thing that you want help for. And the difference between not going that path and opening up without the registry is that people randomly will not get into the hospital. So imagine like a family who've done everything right during COVID, who'd get classed as like what? Nerds, would you say?
Well, not nerds, but government
Sheep.
do-gooders.
Sheep. We'll get classed as sheep. That's the word that gets thrown around.
You just divided our audience, my friend.
You just divided our audience. Sheep. I'm just saying, it would be a little bit unfair on them to not have access to medical resources by chance.
Well, the whole thing is fucking unfair because there are people who are fully vaccinated but have to follow the lockdown laws.
Correct, but that's only if not everyone gets vaccinated in time. So, you've heard about the UK. The UK have just opened up.
Okay, talk to me about this vaccine. And so I don't understand it. Like I read stuff about it and it just doesn't make any fucking sense to me. The vaccine, you get your fucking 2 doses, but you can still get COVID.
Yeah, okay, cool. So the vaccine is...
Because if I was are you fully vaccinated?
fully vaccinated.
So you got your 2 doses?
Got my 2 doses.
Have we gone live with that or have I just spilled some beans?
You just spilled some beans. I put it up on Instagram the other day.
Well, if you don't know my lovely family, my friend here is fully vaccinated.
Am I magnetic?
2 doses. Your boy here is not vaccinated at all. Not magnetic.
Not magnetic.
How do you feel?
Yeah, good man. Like I went for a run. I've never gone so fast in my life.
The propaganda machine. They got us. They got us.
I feel alright. I felt pretty crap for like maybe about a week or 2.
And you got a COVID test this week as well.
Yeah, I got a COVID test. Came back negative, guys.
So you're fully vaccinated. How many COVID tests have you got?
I've had 2.
You've had 2
in my time. I'm a machine, my man.
And you followed all the lockdown rules as well. I can only assume. But
I did make some healthy moral decisions on when I did break it.
Let's say I have COVID right now. Touch wood. Is this wood? No, that's not wood.
There's not. There's no wood around him. Oh, there you go. I got you.
Let's say I have COVID right now.
Mm.
How comfortable would you be in this situation?
Absolutely fine, except that I would isolate because then I have to see my mum and blah blah blah. Do you want to know how the vaccine works?
Yeah.
Do you want to know how like the whole vaccine thing?
Do we do like a 10 minute? I think people want to see it.
People want to see it.
I think people want the science.
The science behind the vaccine. And look, guys, I don't care if you're for or against. This isn't like get the vaccine, don't get the vaccine.
Talk from like the vaccine
This is
is
completely
not dangerous at all.
You want not neutral. You want vaccine. I just want to tell you guys, okay,
all I'm surrounded by and all I see is anti, and maybe that's my fault from whom I choose to follow and whatnot.
Yeah.
But just about everything I see is anti-vaccine. So sell it to me.
So
sell it to me.
I'll give you.
Wow, we are going full propaganda.
I'll give you just like what the premise
ready
is.
for this.
I'll give you what the premise is, right? So what the idea behind.
Because is it different to like other vaccines?
Let me tell you.
Okay.
Let me tell you.
Just you talk.
Just let me talk. Just let me talk. So there's vaccines that are designed to eradicate. Okay, and that means that you can't. Once you get the vaccine, there's no way the virus or whatever bacteria can get in your body and replicate.
We talking like meningococcal
Not yeah, sort of meningococcal, but let's say we've eradicated smallpox. Smallpox is a virus. That vaccine stops virus transmission, stops you getting sick, whatever.
You can't get it.
You can't get it. And it's eradicated. No smallpox. No one will get smallpox.
Ever again.
Ever again.
Unless they're not vaccinated?
No, it's gone.
Oh, because everyone got vaccinated.
It's out of circulation.
Yep.
Okay? Even chickenpox is next to non-existent. You and I, did you get chickenpox?
Bro, I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
People ask me this, and I like, Mum, can you help me out with that? Like,
Rosemary, if you can drop answer for us in the comments.
I really can't fucking remember if I had chickenpox. In my mind, I did.
Have your children gotten chickenpox?
No.
Did they get the chickenpox vaccine?
Yeah, they would have got everything.
They would have gotten everything.
But Mason's never had chickenpox.
So I had chickenpox when I was younger, and people, you know what they would do is they'd have chickenpox parties. I'm sure the like people 20 something and above would remember these chickenpox parties where your kid would get chickenpox and
yes, chickenpox parties.
You know that? That is the premise of vaccinations, and now kids these days don't really get chickenpox. So you ask some of your kids, they don't know what chickenpox even is. I knew what chickenpox was. I'm sure some of you knew what chickenpox was.
Chickenpox was definitely a thing when we were kids.
It was large, but now, not so much. Largely
for real?
Yeah, largely because of vaccination. So anyways, moving on from that. That's how like the vaccines would work. The COVID vaccines necessarily can't stop COVID transmission. So they're crappy in that sense.
Which is, I think, why there is so much ammunition from the
Against
anti side.
But now, let's talk about this. If you had to get shot, would you rather get shot with a bulletproof vest on or without?
Ah, you've used that analogy. That's probably your best one.
That's my best one, yeah?
Sarmad is known
Mr. Analogy.
to me as Mr. Shit Analogy.
Mr. Analogy.
He tries to analogy everything.
With, it works.
And it's fucking terrible all the time.
Charlie had the vaccine and it turned out fine. Debatable. Yeah, so you get the COVID vaccine. It's not going to necessarily stop transmission, although they say that it reduces transmission, and it also reduces pathology. So pathology is like the effect that the vaccine has on your body, and it will mean that less people go into hospital, right? Which
so it weakens it.
It weakens, it weakens the virus. So let's say 60% of the population get the vaccine. That's enough for the governments to be able to say, all right, cool, we'll open up. We can now deal with people coming into hospital at a steady rate. We won't get flooded.
What do you think the number is? The percentage?
They say you need 80% of the population vaccinated,
Because
but UK is opening up.
what's the Israel thing? What's
Israel.
the Israel thing? Because Israel is like incredibly vaccinated, but they're like...
Jamie? What's that? Is that Jamie? Jamie?
Task for Jamie, where are you? Where are you, bro? Or man, either one.
Yeah.
We don't discriminate on what gender our Jamie is. Actually, it could be pretty cool if our Jamie's a girl.
It'd be great. Israel to give third COVID vaccine shots to those over 60. Wow,
COVID World Vaccination Tracker. That's exactly what you want.
Where are we?
Down. Yeah.
That's the one. Perfect.
See, and we also need like a fucking editor, because Simon thinks he can do it, but he can't.
I can do all of it.
But like, we want like, and obviously we can't do this on Instagram Live yet, but we want this like coming up on the big screen so you guys can see it too.
United
Israel.
Arab Emirates, 79%.
Israel's 64% vaccinated, and they're about to go into another lockdown, I think.
Are they?
I think so.
Israel lockdown. Jamie?
Jamie, what do you know?
Israel reinstates restrictions on gatherings as COVID cases continue to rise.
See, this is this kind of shit that makes everyone go, fuck off.
Yeah, right on.
64% vaccinated, and COVID cases are rising, and they're putting restrictions on.
So,
and I understand Israel and Australia are different fucking countries, healthcare wise.
correct, but I think healthcare is not really an issue here. It's the fact that the cases are going up. But it's sort of, the original idea was, we don't want people in hospitals, we'll create this vaccine, the vaccine should work. Fast forward 18 months into the pandemic, now there's different variants. So they've already created, the money's been spent, vaccines have been made, and doses administered. Now we're seeing that they're not very helpful. Like, against the variants, which is interesting because that's what was speculated at the start, and now we're living it. Which is, I think, what the UK is having issues with now. But with the UK, I don't think many people are being hospitalised.
I'm about to splurge information that I know nothing about.
Right
But
on.
my dad told me,
Right on.
shout out Brendan,
Shout out Brennan, he's the man.
who is very much conservative. He said that he saw a report that said with each variant, it's actually getting weaker.
Yes.
Have you seen anything about that? Because I haven't
Yes.
seen it, but he said he saw a report that said each fucking variant is getting weaker. But if you watch the news, it tells you like every single fucking strain we've had has been the scariest and the spread's faster, and it's just, I've heard super spreader for like 10 different variants.
So the Delta variant is hospitalizing people less, just spreading faster. So now we might actually, and hey, I don't know the science on this.
This is the fucking problem.
Hold the line here. I don't know the science behind this, but now we might actually be dealing with a version of the coronavirus that is like a flu.
Yeah. This is why everyone gets so fucking upset. And like this is what I've said the whole time. Regardless of if you're pro-lockdown, anti-lockdown, pro-vaccine, anti-vaccine, blah, 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 like fucking you support the Labor government, whatever, there is so many goddamn fucking questions that if you're not thinking critically, like regardless of you, like as I said, pro fucking lockdown and pro vaccine, there is still questionable shit happening.
Correct.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for those people out there that are going, and this works for both sides as well, for the side that's going, no, we have to fucking lock down, we have to fucking vaccinate, fucking, they're doing their best, they're doing such a great job, like, and they're so one-eyed in that way, like, you've got to see how much weird shit's going on. Do you know what I mean? And that's not, oh my god, they're fucking aliens and there's a bigger power at force here. There's just some weird shit going on that goes, that doesn't make any sense, that goes against their agenda. And then on the other side
I think that when people think of authority, they think of perfection. In that, like, if you think of...
Well, this is what Dan thinks. Dan wants fucking... Like, it's gone from, let's fucking... We can't beat this, let's flatten the curve, though, so the hospital just don't get overwhelmed, to 0. We need fucking 0, 0, 0, 0.
That has nothing to do with what I was about to say. But just, hear me out.
That's a good one, right?
Hear me out. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, shut up, man.
Compliment.
But when you're thinking of like authority, you think of good, right? Not good. Sorry, that was wrong choice of words. No. When you think of authority, so out of touch.
authority.
So out of touch. Sarmad.
You think authority's great, right?
All right, the talking stick is back to that. Sorry. Now, when you think of authority, you think of like they are right in the sense that like the government shouldn't make mistakes.
Yeah.
Or doctors shouldn't make mistakes either.
Yeah.
Or police shouldn't make mistakes.
Yeah.
But, and I think that largely has to do with the fact that them not admitting that they make mistakes.
Yes.
But
yes.
I think this thing's
Or
a
they
shambles. I think it's a
can't
shambles.
recall.
Or they can't recall. I think this thing's a shambles because they are taking that authoritative position, and they're not being transparent in that they are going with this as it unfolds and as it develops.
Well, I think... Yeah, okay, sorry.
And Matt's like, I think, I'm going to tell you, Sarmad, what do you think of the vaccine? Anyways. And I think they're not very transparent in that they're making mistakes as they go and they have no idea. And that is getting misinterpreted as this is all a scamdemic, it's all big plans of blah, 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 getting control.
Well... So they're following,
and I was saying like...
they're following the experts, what the experts say, right? The experts at Health Advice.
Which pisses me off because I'd actually like them to put out what the health advice is.
And that is the problem. Why can't they? Why can't they? What is, like, what could be stopping them from putting out the health advice?
Maybe not having the health advice. But
Hey, can I tell you that I broke my nail today?
Straight up.
Like.
Let's see that. Damn. Let me pick it
Don't
up.
pick it.
Someone.
Viewers at home, can you see that? It's not much, I understand.
He needs to pick it up.
It's not much, but it fucking really hurt. And shout out everyone that gets their nails done and then they break, because it really hurt. It really, really hurt.
I'm gonna talk about UFC. I feel like it's my God-given right.
I am going
Mate,
right now.
it's the time.
I am going to fucking talk about it.
Well, you know, because they break a lot more than nails. And I think their stories should be shared.
Did you say? I know you saw it. I'm sorry for acting like we don't speak. We speak. Did you say?
Did you say?
Whew. Did you see Killer Shaw's face?
Oh, yeah. Jamie, can we pull up a photo?
Man's got fucked up. And this is why we need fucking Jamie, and this is why we need Jamie to be good at fucking technology, so you can see it on your screen.
Matt reckons I can't edit. Guys, get ready for this.
Yeah, but I don't want you to just go up and show the fucking camera.
That's exactly what I was going to do. Alright, fine, I'm not doing that. TJ Dillashaw came back after a long time. Good layoff, 2 years, after getting banned from EPO use. You watch that?
So what?
Did you watch
Dillashaw
Fight?
versus
Corey Sandhagen.
Yeah, fucking oath I watched it.
Yeah.
I thought I don't know. I don't know what I thought. I think I thought Sandhagen won.
Yeah.
I can't really remember.
Sandhagen looked better in the stand-up.
But I was surprised.
He got out-wrestled.
Yeah, and they say like the control time and whatnot. But like this is what I've always said about fights, and you know what I'm about to say. Whoever hurts the other guy more should win.
That's so true.
Like, it's a fight.
That's so true.
It's a fucking fight.
But
The cunt couldn't fucking see.
let me give you a little bit of insight though. With fighting, it's a pretty brutal sport, you would say, and I'm sure for a lot of I'm sure a lot of people watching might think that it's a bit too brutal for them.
Hey, before we continue with UFC corner, can someone drop below how much Collingwood won by? I don't know my
Moving
phone.
on.
I don't know my phone.
Moving on. Yeah, the average person won't appreciate the bloodiness.
Yes.
So
I think the average person does want bloodiness.
I don't know. I know a lot of people who.
I feel like the casual fan wants that.
The casual fan, yes, but I'm talking the average person.
Oh,
Like, would your mother want to sit down and watch
Nope.
someone's head get split with an elbow?
no way.
And so I think in
Shout
order
out
to
Rosie.
shout out Rosie, and I think for the sport to develop and reach, let's say, your mother, they need to remove an aspect of brutality from it. Guys, we just got our biggest fan, Jacob.
He's
in the
here.
house.
He's here.
My man's just missed the COVID section. I
Shout
know,
out Jacob.
I know he.
Shout out Jacob.
He's had a big say about COVID. I just want to share something for a second. Matt, and I'm really sorry, man. Like, you're not really involved in this. I didn't mean for it to come out like this, but we're going on a snow trip in about 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks, where?
We were planning on going to Thredbo, but now we're going to Hotham. Collingwood by 45. That's not bad. That's not bad. For the second, are they the second last team?
Someone should know he loves that, but I don't think we're like 14th or something.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, I don't really pay attention.
I wouldn't know that. Anyways, yeah, we had a snow trip. And
Jacob.
Jacob's there. Jacob's involved.
Tell me the names. Give me the list.
We had Alex Graham.
2 weeks. They have something else to do in 2 weeks.
Hey, Ixnay on the 2 weeks, we're going on the snow. Anyways, what matters is that Jacob was in that chat.
Yep.
And he just kept bringing up COVID. And we put a COVID ban on
You
the
put a
chat.
COVID ban on it.
No COVID talk.
And what did he do?
Well, he talked about COVID. And so we removed him.
He would've
Never
liked
to
that.
return.
Never to return.
Never to return. But
Wait, whose call is it for him to never return? His or the groups?
the groups.
Oh, he's not allowed to come.
No, he can come. He's just not in the chat.
He's not allowed to come to the chat.
Yeah, because we already established like how he's getting to the place and like he knows how he's getting there. He's just not involved in the chat anymore.
Shout out Jacob.
Shout out Jacob. But then Charlie added him back.
Charlie's always doing fucking...
And then asked him about something COVID related. And stirred my man's up.
Man, that's Charlie 101.
Charlie 101.
How to be Charlie.
How to be Charlie. Guys, Charlie...
Shout out Charlie.
Charlie's requested to be Jamie's one of the thousands and thousands
of applicants.
And we want to know what you think. We're going to drop another poll.
Charlie, I just don't know whether you can know your role as the third person.
Yeah,
like I just don't know.
It seems like you may interrupt at certain times.
I think you might think the show is about you at some point.
I think it's a little bit hard.
Anyways, how good are you at editing?
We're gonna need to find out.
But let's fucking do a podcast. Let's actually. Can I just? Is there
a podcast on right now?
Is there a podcast on right now? No, I might do a poll on this. Another poll. Shout out to our Instagram polls.
Instagram polls are hot.
Is there a more arrogant thing you can do than start a podcast about yourself?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Actually, there is one thing.
Like, you know what?
Imagine creating a podcast about yourself, but not sharing it with a second person to dilute how much about it being you it is.
So we're not arrogant.
Nah, because there's two of us, yeah.
Shout out us.
Shout out not arrogant.
Shout out to us.
Speaking of fighting, I want to give an actual shout out to a Melbourne-based Olympian, Harry Garceau.
Yes, he's fighting tonight.
He's fighting tonight. I'm a massive fanboy. If this reaches him, I'm a fanboy.
Harry, can I say you are the coolest looking person I've ever seen?
Pretty cool, just in general. But yeah, Harry's fighting the second seed guy tonight.
Where's he from?
I have no idea. Jamie?
We're sorry, Harry. We really care about this fight.
Harry.
We know he's the number 2 seed. It's right there.
Picks. Match up. Yep, so he's fighting the second number 2 seed in the, I think, bronze medal qualifier. I could be wrong. I probably am wrong.
I did hear this. He did ballet to become a better fighter. So, you know what you're signing up to next week?
What's up? I did salsa dancing in South America.
Should Sarmad do ballet?
Dropping the poll. Next one.
Poll.
Harry Garceau's from Lillardale. He's in the Olympics. I think this is a bronze qualifier. He's really
He's going to be on
dynamic.
our podcast one day.
He is. Harry, if you see this,
Shout out Harry.
he's very unorthodox and moves really well.
We're
clean.
going to do a reaction to the fight.
We will. It's going to be dropped in.
Stay tuned for that content.
In the bio in some time. But I think it's amazing. Something so close to home.
Bro, it's fucking cool as.
Yeah,
I actually
right.
remember, maybe 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, I remember he started seeing his name on Instagram. I remember seeing him on Instagram and being like, fuck, this dude is like cool as.
Yeah.
And a fucking gun.
He is the man. I'll let it your life, says Charlie. Yeah, so bit going on in the Olympics.
There is a bit going on in the Olympics. Me and you were watching the Olympics the other day.
Get it right, man.
Can we talk about the gymnasts?
Yeah, we can.
And how much pressure those motherfuckers are under?
Yeah, so if you guys have been following the
If
Olympics,
you've been watching the gymnastics, can you just look at their faces when they're about to go and when they just finish? Like, I think I saw one smile in like the whole 2 hours I've watched. Like, it is fucking real serious stuff. And they do some crazy shit, man.
Yeah.
They do some shit that I could never do.
Speaking of crazy shit, one of them got banned from doing it because they're so good. Simone Biles, if you guys have been following.
She got banned.
She didn't get, no, her moves got banned. Or her moves don't get
Is that what
scored.
happened? Because she gets judged differently to others, but why? Search it.
So she's got some moves called the Biles, named after her.
Did you know?
Yeah, I looked it up. So some of her moves, they don't get scored, I think, any higher
Is it the difficulty level?
Yes.
Because they get scored on difficulty?
Difficulty, yeah. So now it's all scored on like...
There's a cap of the difficulty.
Yes. Yeah. So her moves are as good as like, let's say, Matt doing a back flip.
Impossible.
I know. I thought so too when I
insane.
first imagined. So that put an immense amount of pressure on her mentally, and so she walked off on the Olympics.
Because she's the GOAT gymnast, apparently.
The GOAT, 4-time gold medalist. 4-time Olympic gold medalist.
When you say...
She's won 4 gold medals.
How many... She hasn't, like, been to 4 Olympic Games.
She may have. She may
No,
have.
she's fucking pretty young.
That's across 16 years.
Yeah.
She's probably double golded.
So she competes in multiple things.
Yeah, or maybe it could be multiple weight. I don't know how they...
Oh no, we need to get better at
Jamie,
and stuff.
Jamie, where you at, Jamie? Anyways, so that's really polarized the masses.
Yes.
So a lot of patriotic people have said you've let down our country.
Yes.
But it's also set an example for mental health in sports, where a lot of people have said, well done on taking a stand, you know, you should show other people that it's okay to put your own health above prestige.
Yeah, it is a really, really tricky one and a delicate one that we need to be careful with.
We're about to get cancelled.
We're about to get
on our
cancelled.
second damn outing. We're about to get cancelled.
But, like, it's weird because it's become really prominent and like over the past 2-3 years it's become really prominent, especially in Australia with AFL. Buddy Franklin's taken mental health leave. Like, you can't even count them.
Adam Goods.
Adam Goods didn't take mental health leave.
No, but he wasn't mental health, but he got bullied.
He left the game because everyone
got
booed him.
But that essentially is mental health, isn't it? Imagine getting like
yeah, and he was just
by
like,
the
fuck you guys,
masses.
which is a whole nother fucking can of worms, which
Yeah.
was ridiculous. Like, that angered me so much. Adam Goods was a fucking champion, man, and he was a fucktwit for like 4 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
But like, god damn people.
But that's got to be.
Shut the fuck up.
But that's got to be a little mental health like stint, surely.
100%, but like irrelevant to what we're talking about.
Going on.
The mental health thing, like it's so hard because like sometimes it's questionable, and sometimes you feel like they're just pulling that card because it's an easy card to pull. Maybe I'll get cancelled for saying that.
And that, my friends, is the last of OnLock Cast. Thank you very much for tuning in. Matt's just got us cancelled.
But like it is. Sometimes it does feel like a little bit of a cop out.
I get what you're
And
saying.
like, what other industry except professional sport can you just fuck off for like 10 weeks because of mental health?
And I think maybe that's the issue.
I think that's why everyone gets so upset about it.
Well, I think in some industries, especially I know in the entertainment industry, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's a big no-no, like pulling mental health.
Yeah.
and
What kind of entertainment are you talking? Movies.
Just movies, yeah, movies, TV shows. I think they're even on maths. The maths has just been. I think I heard something on the radio the other day that 2 of them had tried to commit suicide. And guys, if anyone here is struggling with mental health, I would urge you to call Helpline. And
no one is taking away from mental health.
Definitely not.
We're
I just want
talking
to
about-
I just want to put that out there.
Like, for one, the pressure of mental health, the pressure of the pressure of being a professional athlete is what we're really talking about. So, Simone Biles.
But going on to that as well, someone had come and said, like, I think a big statement was that you shouldn't put your health over prestige, which to a fighter seems ridiculous, because
That's all you're doing.
that's all you do. It, like, I'm saying this personally, I'll have times where I feel like if I go to training, I'll collapse. Like, and there'll be times I'll be standing
Because of physical or mental health?
physical and like mental exhaustion,
Yeah.
like back to back fighting. And
Because of the pressure. Because you do fight a lot, man.
I fight a lot, yeah, back to back. But for me, it's just normal to go on with it and not, you know what I mean? I don't have to step aside. I will say
The difference is you don't have millions and millions and millions of people watching.
and I think that's the real.
Which I can't imagine that kind of pressure.
No,
Which we will face that pressure at some point when we're the
probably in a few weeks.
#1 rated podcast in the world.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Share.
But like it is such a tricky one. Like mental health is so real.
Definitely.
No one is taking that away. But like sometimes when it's used in professional sports, you question it a little bit. But that is not taking away from the pressure that they would feel. Especially, you're at the fucking Olympics and you're the GOAT. There is a lot of pressure on you to be the GOAT. When you're the GOAT, you can't lose.
Let me give you a little bit of hot thought to think about here. When you say that, it sometimes gets pulled a little too early, would you say you're trying to say that mental health gets sort of used as a get out of jail free card? It can be used.
Not in everyday life.
Not in every. I'm talking at high level sports.
In high level sport, I don't know.
In which case, I think that there is no early use of mental health because.
No, I'm not saying early use because early.
Or as in there's no misuse of it in high level sports because.
I'm on the hot seat here.
Just listen to me. Listen to me. If you're in a situation where you can't go on,
bro, there is professional athletes that really struggle with mental health.
Absolutely. No, I get what you're trying to say. I know you're not trying to say that mental health isn't irrelevant. No. I get what you're trying to say. What you're trying to say is that sometimes people get just the average nerves and they're like, I don't want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Where I think that could be classified as some form of mental health.
Yeah.
And I feel that not all high professional athletes are equipped with dealing with that.
No.
And so I think that usually having to overcome that without the tools can sometimes lead to some sort of mental health struggle.
For sure, and it's best to jump on it early. I'm not going to bring up any names of specific sporting people, but there's been times in the past where, what I'm trying to say is, there's been times in the past where a sports person, an Australian sports person,
with the name of
a few different people, where they've cited mental health as the reason they can't, they're taking 10 weeks off or something. And there's just a lot of questions around it. This person they're frequent to social media, their lifestyle doesn't change at all, and I'm not saying it should. I'm sort of going down it. I'm digging my grave.
You're going down it. This is controversial. I'm digging my grave. This is controversial.
But there is times where the mental health card in sports is used for the wrong reasons, which what I'm trying to say is mental health is fucking real and it shouldn't be fucked around with.
Absolutely. I reckon that's if
I know I took the long route to get there.
Yeah.
But
it shouldn't
be used fucking lightly.
Definitely.
What you're saying, absolutely, they need to jump on it fucking early. They need the tactics, or what am I trying to say?
If you can't,
they need the strategies on how to deal with this pressure and whatnot.
If you can't be fucked with competing, you shouldn't quote mental health. You should just transparently say, I can't be fucked competing.
And this is sort of where I'm going at it with. I know there's been some drug addiction in sports, and then mental health. This is okay. I fucking said it.
There it goes.
I fucking said it.
We're waiting for it.
There's been cases where, I know I can't fucking prove it. I can't prove it. But there's
Shout out Ben Cousins.
Well, Ben Cousins
was dealing with.
Can we fucking talk about his mental health for a second?
Yeah.
Because no one gives a fuck about that.
Nah.
But let's talk
it's
when there's been
cases
cases of drug addiction, and they go, oh, I need to take 10 weeks off because of mental health. I'm sure there's mental health reasons, but don't fuck around with mental health because it is so real and so raw.
You can take away from it by fucking around with it almost.
That's what I'm saying. I'm pro mental health here. Don't fuck with mental health and don't just use it as the get out of free jail card.
Definitely.
And like, I'm not taking any away from. I know Simone Biles, you're probably watching. I'm not taking anything away
this
from
is
you.
this is being streamed worldwide right now.
I'm not taking anything away from you, and I'm not saying that is what is going on with you. I really haven't even looked into like what anything she said or anything or why she's left. You just brought it up out of nowhere. I just went on a tangent because it upsets me. But
You know what upsets me?
shout out Simone Biles.
Not eating dumplings, and that's where we're gonna finish up tonight, guys, because we have to go get dumplings.
And we have to watch Harry Garside.
And it's been on my mind for a little while. Thank you very much,
Everyone
everybody,
tune
for
into Harry
joining in.
Garside.
Peace out.
Like and subscribe. Love you all.